You're watching Channel 13, WTHR, Indianapolis. Now, with coverage you can count on, Bruce Kopp, Pat Carlini, Chuck Lofton, Skytrack Weather, and Chopper 13 Traffic with Paul Kasey. This is Central Indiana's #1 morning newscast. Channel 13 Eyewitness News, Sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Sunrise. It's the top of the hour. I'm Pat Carlini.
And I'm Bruce Kopp. Thanks a lot for joining us today. It's Monday, April 14th. In our news this morning, dozens of Shelbyville workers are waiting to find out when they'll be able to return to their jobs. Fire destroyed their place of business over the weekend.
Fire also damages a Southwest Side Indianapolis business just a week before a 50th anniversary celebration.
And did you hear Tiger Woods won the Masters? You will be hearing from Indiana golf fans about his big victory. Those stories and much more just ahead in this half hour of Sunrise.
But first, let's go to Chuck Lofton now to look at today's weather. Chuck?
Well, good morning, Pat and Bruce, and good morning to you, too. Looks like we're going to have a great day today. We have dropped a degree this morning out at the airport. It is now freezing, 32 degrees, but we're on our way to really a good one later on today as we'll warm up into the mid-50s. Let's take a look outside this morning. We're going to be hearing more from Paul on traffic in just a few moments, but we can tell you this. The weather isn't doing anything to bother us traffic-wise, and we'll probably see a pretty nice sunrise later on this morning. Let's show you what happened to the snow. There was snow overnight in portions of Ohio, and on our composite view of the radar this morning, that has all left. So we're in good shape. We're going to have a pretty decent day today. My forecast by 8 o'clock this morning, the sun will be out. We'll be up to 36. Later today, 54. A complete look at the forecast and a lot more coming your way in just a few minutes. Bruce and Pat.
All right, that warm-up sounds much better. Thanks, Chuck.
Let's go to Paul Kasey now. See how things are moving on the outside on this Monday morning, Paul?
Well, so far so good, but 6900 block of West 38th Street got an upside-down car in the drive-thru at the Burger King. Car came to rest up against the building. Don't know about injuries yet. John Coffadine on the scene, just called that back in. So there's still emergency crews on the scene. That's just west of I-465 on 38th Street, so you want to be very careful through there. Taking a look at not a heavy traffic pattern yet at I-65 and Illinois downtown, but it won't be long now before we get into the first rush hour of the week. That's it for right now.
All right, thank you, Paul. Keep us posted on that.
Our top story this half hour. Monday is back to work day for most of us, but not everybody. Not for workers with the Pioneer Sports Factory in Shelbyville. The 2-year-old building, which houses the sportswear company, caught fire Saturday night. Many of the 35 to 40 workers went there yesterday to see what was left.
The building, about halfway back, they've got 2 separate work areas. The front half here is pretty much gutted out. The back half is smoke and water damage, but it wasn't hit by the fire very much.
No word on what caused the fire. Damage is estimated at around $1 million, and owner Joe Mansfield says he plans to rebuild. A small business owner in Perry Township is digging through the ashes after fire destroyed part of his greenhouse. Investigators suspect the boiler at Gary's greenhouse on Bluff Road overheated. The owner spotted smoke and called the fire department. That quick action saved part of the building so the owners and employees can celebrate the company's 50th anniversary set for this weekend.
Well, a seismologist at Indiana University is warning that odds are good Indiana will soon experience a significant earthquake. He says a magnitude 6 earthquake is 80 to 90% likely in the next few years. The last earthquake of that magnitude occurred 101 years ago.
An Indianapolis bar owner is in trouble with the law for serving alcohol to minors. Indiana State Excise Police raided the El Coyote bar over the weekend. Officers say they found 2 minors drinking and 5 others inside the bar. The owner was cited with 7 charges of allowing minors to loiter and 2 charges of serving minors. Investigators say they also found 18 fire code violations. A hometown athlete is scheduled to appear in court today in Minnesota. Ben Davis High School graduate Courtney James has been suspended from the University of Minnesota basketball team. Just last month, the sophomore played for the Golden Gophers during the Final Four at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. A police report says the 6'8" James slapped his girlfriend with a phone book and then covered her mouth so she couldn't scream or breathe. Courtney James' attorney says he will ask the judge today to have the case dismissed.
But tomorrow the nation will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the day Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Today, the nation's talking about the first black man to win the Masters golf tournament. In fact, Tiger Woods has marched into golfing history with a phenomenal win at Augusta National, setting numerous records. Woods scored a record 12-shot victory at Augusta, finishing 18 under par. At 21, Woods was the first black to win the coveted green jacket. He is also the youngest champion ever at Augusta National.
To me, color doesn't make any difference. I wouldn't care if you were green, purple, or pink, or whatever. If he could do what he's done in the time he's done it, then give it to him. Let him have it. You know, let him have his day. And he had his day today.
Now he's approaching the same visibility as Michael Jordan in basketball. So it's going to do a lot for the game of golf. It's going to, you know, put a lot of young people or make them really interested in the game.
With the 72-hole total of 270 is a Masters record, eclipsing the mark of 271 set by Jack Nicklaus in 1965 and matched by Raymond Floyd in 1976. Woods turned pro just last summer after notching a record third consecutive U.S. Amateur Championship. We'll have more on the Masters coming up in just a few minutes on Sunrise.
There's some new support for extending I-69 from Indianapolis to Evansville. 24 legislators have formed a group known as the I-69 Legislative Coalition. About a third of its 24 members are from the Evansville area. The rest of the communities are along I-69 in central and northeastern Indiana. The lawmakers are looking at several options for funding the project, including making the interstate a toll road. Our time now 6:06. Let's check in again with Paul Kasey. He's been keeping track of what's happening in traffic and other things this morning. Paul?
Yeah, I just dropped all my notes on the floor, so I'll ad-lib this one. Still do have the situation out on West 38th Street, 6900 block. Car flipped over in the lane there outside the Burger King, and don't know about how serious the injuries are at this point, but emergency vehicles still on the scene. That's just west of I-465 over on the west side on 38th Street. 82nd Street, east of Sergeant Road, starting today until June. They are going to be shutting that down completely as part of a road widening project, so you want to watch it through there. That is going to cause some headaches over on the northeast side. No accidents besides the one on West 38th Street to report, and I will dive down and get my notes after this.
All right, we'll see if you missed anything then, Paul. Hey, it looks great out there this morning.
Yeah, it does.
All right, we'll see you later. Thanks, Paul.
Still a little chilly, right at the freezing point this morning, 32 degrees.
32 degrees. Hopefully your plants have made it through this early frost. A lot of them have done okay.
Yeah.
Now, we are going to warm up later today, plus you'll need some sunglasses. How about that? Later today, we're going to get the latest from Chuck and the forecast. Stay with us.
How high is the water, Mama? 4 feet high and rising.
During a fierce Atlantic storm, the ocean rose 4 feet high against George and Mary Lou Donatello's Anderson patio doors.
We got a head for
The doors held. Eventually, the ocean receded.
4 feet high and rising.
Worry-proof, time-proof, Anderson Windows.
In the changing world of medicine, isn't it good to know that you've got a constant source for the latest medical news and breakthroughs? Every night, HealthCast reporter Jill Dittmeyer brings you the most up-to-date medical treatments and advances. Information that could change your life. The Eyewitness News HealthCast, helping you toward a healthier future. And that's coverage you can count on.
Hello, I'm Don Marsh. Marsh Supermarkets is proud to sponsor Channel 13's HealthCast. Marsh brings you fresh ideas for healthy living.
Introducing the new Jeep Cherokee. While it still has one of the most powerful engines in its class, the all-new interior will impress you. And while its off-road capability is legendary, you'll find a quieter ride. Now, with refinements like these, will you still recognize it? We think so. The new Jeep Cherokee, now with over 40 advancements. Check one out at your Jeep and Eagle dealer.
What's inside a bag of Millstone whole bean coffee? Of course there are coffee beans, but there's also distinction. Only the finest beans grown, Arabica beans. And there's craft. Slow roasting seals in the fresh whole bean taste. There's anticipation, a taste only you can release in a burst of aroma. Finally, there's satisfaction, the deep satisfaction of one of life's simple pleasures. What's inside a bag of Millstone whole bean coffee? The whole bean, the whole pleasure.
Chuck Lofton's SkyTrack forecast bears the seal of approval of the National Weather Association.
Wow, cold morning out there, but no snow, thankfully, like
no
yesterday
snow,
morning.
that's right, and we're looking for some sunshine. Huh?
We're going to see it. In fact, in just a minute or two, we're going to take a look at the sunrise, which is just beginning, and it's beautiful. Last night was one of the prettiest sunrises that I've seen in a long time.
It was nice to see the breaks in the clouds later in the day after that start yesterday.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah,
cloudy
and so
snow.
now that's out of here, and we're not worried about any snow. Could get some rain in a couple days, but not today. A good start. Hey, I want you all to pay attention to this date book this morning, because this has been one of the finest exhibits we've had in Indianapolis for some time, and it's the subject of the date book this morning. In case you've not been out to the Eiteljorg to see that wonderful exhibit in search of Frederick Remington, and for those of you who are purists, I know that there is no K at the end of Frederick. He spelled his name without the K. But anyway, at the Eiteljorg, now through April 20th, it's only a week, Frederick Remington, of course, Remington, the man who documented the Wild West for the United States, who was a great journalist and wonderful artist, and you can learn more about him at the Eiteljorg, so check it out in the next few days that we have. Well, let's take a look outside this morning. It is a beautiful day. You can see the sun now in the distance. It almost looks like one of those commercials for the Outback, you know, where they show Australia and the sun coming up.
I'm feeling like steak now, and I don't know why.
Hint, hint, hint. But it is a beautiful day. Boy, I'll tell you, we'll try to get anything for free, won't we? This is absolutely shameless. Bruce, we never see John Stair doing those things. 32 degrees right now, and we do not have much of a wind. The wind out of the east at 3, and I am hungry for a steak now. I don't know. Here it is. 6 o'clock in the morning, I want a big old steak. The barometer is rising at 30.20. Bruce and Pat mentioned the snow we had yesterday, and boy, it came down for a brief few minutes. But now, today, a completely different type of picture. The temperature about the same, but high pressure has kicked the snow off to the east, so we're starting off with a nice sunny day today. We want to thank our sky trackers for calling in. We're going to take a look at some of these reports now and some of the next half hour. 34 downtown, 32 at the airport. But it is much cooler off to our east, for instance, in Greenfield. Jeannie reporting 28, 30 in Anderson. Don's got 28 in Lebanon. And as we mentioned earlier, up in Wabash this morning, it's only 23 degrees. Part of that's because it cleared out so quickly. High pressure giving us this easterly breeze. And so most of the day now, this cloud cover is carved out, and the clouds will move off to the east. Temperatures today in the low 50s, which is below normal, but it ain't bad when you consider that we're going to have a very mild wind, and eventually the winds will come out of the southwest. So it's going to be nice, and then the 60s move in here tomorrow. Here's the story of the day today with high pressure, of course, dominating our weather picture. It moves off to the east this morning, and that's when the air comes out of Texas, and so that will be enough tomorrow for us to get into the 60s. We'll probably be 2 degrees above normal tomorrow at 63, and I think that, folks, that's it. That's going to be the warmest we're going to get all week. My forecast then for today goes like this. Let's call that high 54 degrees with sunshine. Tonight we'll drop down to 32 degrees. And then tomorrow, the warmest day of the week, as we mentioned, but I think what's going to happen, we'll start out with some sunshine, and then it gets progressively cloudier at 63. Wednesday, by the way, a little bit of rain in the morning, and we should be in the 50s for the rest of the week once we get past tomorrow. And we'll have another update and some reports from our sky trackers, too, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Still ahead on Sunrise, imagine taking pictures with no film. Well, we'll tell you about a new product being unveiled today.
Well, I've done that before.
Yeah.
It's always a surprise when you open the camera up later, but we'll also tell you how a snake topped a liar at the weekend box office when Sunrise comes right back.
Half-price books is for book lovers.
Price is very important. I go there because of the price.
We can walk out with a stack of books for half the price what we'd pay at another store.
You have everything you want there, and but you can get it at a bargain price.
Half-price books just knocked me out. The prices and the records, the books.
I'm overwhelmed how they can give them away at such a cheap price.
You get the book at a better price, but you're not getting any less of the story.
Half-price books for everyone.
This is really good.
Check her out. 12 o'clock.
Oh, don't look. Act nonchalant.
Yeah. What's that? Never mind.
She's looking at me. She's looking at me. She's looking at me.
No, she's looking at me.
Here she comes.
Stop that. You're scaring her.
I'm not.
She's looking at me.
No, me.
It's spring, and a young woman's fancy naturally turns to thoughts of a Honda Civic Coupe.
Not my type.
I could do better.
Yeah.
And right now, you can lease a Civic DX for $159 a month for 24 months and an $1,150 down payment.
You the kind of person who's bad with names? Well, imagine trying to be the person who runs the Hoosier Lottery. With on average 2 winning instant tickets being sold every second, you couldn't go anywhere without someone coming up and saying, hey, remember me? I won that instant game you had a while back? I'll give you a hint. My name starts with D. Play tax-free million and win $1 million. Tax-free.
Because, you know, luck rubs off.
This is my McDonald's. This is an American classic, the McDonald's original hamburger.
This was created 20 years before I was. Well, not this one.
This is only 39 cents.
And if you want cheese, I like cheese.
It's just 49 cents. It's a great value, but it won't be here for long.
This is about burgers. Hamburgers. Cheeseburgers. Burgers!
49.39.
This is my kind of value, and this is my McDonald's.
This is about burger perfection.
I should be so perfect.
Our new Castleton Superstore is now open. Free gifts, grand opening specials, and a chance to win a new Jeep Wrangler.
Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better.
How's that look? It's very nice.
Beautiful.
Feeling warmer already. Temperature, it's got a ways to go, though. It's 32 right now. Our time is 6:16.
In Sunrise Business News, formal negotiations are expected to resume today between Chrysler and United Auto Workers in Michigan. The strike at a key Detroit engine factory has idled workers at 4 assembly plants, 3 in the U.S. and 1 in Canada. Those plants make some of Chrysler's most profitable vehicles, the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Dodge Ram pickup among them. An auto analyst estimates the strike will cost Chrysler at least $70 million a week in profits. 1,800 workers walked off the job at the Detroit plant last Thursday after talks failed to produce a new contract. On Wall Street, the stock market reopens this morning after another big fall on Friday. Inflation worries sent to the stock market on a deep plunge. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 148 points to 6391.69. The Nasdaq Composite Index dropped nearly 29 points, finishing the day at 1206.90.
In other business news this morning, the days of film rolls and darkroom photography may be fast fading. Eastman Kodak will introduce a digital camera today for under $1,000. It produces unusually sharp photographs. It's an advance that could give an important boost to the concept of filmless cameras. And McDonald's expects to give away nearly 100 million teeny Beanie Babies in the next 5 weeks. The fast food chain is linking up with Thai Incorporated, the company behind the current Beanie Babies craze. McDonald's is offering Happy Meals with teeny Beanie Babies. They are the mini versions of Thai's wildly popular beanbag animals. McDonald's is hoping the Beanie tie-in, as well as a licensing agreement with Disney, will beef up lagging food sales.
Well, from cute and cuddly to mean and slimy, a big snake has taken a bite out of Jim Carrey's box office dominance. The new movie Anaconda squeezed Liar Liar out of the top spot at the nation's movie theaters over the weekend. The movie about monster serpents in the Amazon drew an estimated $16.5 million in weekend ticket sales. Anaconda stars rap star Ice Cube. He says he has no problems with real snakes, but he says the whole cast was scared of the 40-foot computer-generated snake because it had a tendency to malfunction during the filming. Jim Carrey's comedy Liar Liar dips to second place, but it's well over the $100 million mark. Third on the weekend movie list is Val Kilmer's latest, the big screen remake of The Saint. The debut of Gross Point Blank finished fourth, followed by The Devil's Own.
Really? We have no problem with computer-generated snakes. Who'd be afraid of that? Let's go to Paul Kasey right now, again, with another, like a traffic fall.
No, I don't have a problem with those either. Luckily, the situation over in the 6900 block of West 38th Street did not involve injury. Apparently, a seizure, however, was involved. Ended up turning over a car at the drive-up window at the not the McDonald's, at the Burger King. So they should be wrapped up there before too long. Keep in mind, for those of you who haven't been through there lately, the bridge over the Conrail tracks on High School Road just south of Washington Street, that's closed, and it's going to be that way until September. So if you've got a trip coming up that involves going to the airport, you won't be able to use High School Road. You have to use probably I-465 over the Airport Expressway. So certainly keep that in mind. No major problems right now. We're clean and green, probably would be the proper term. However, if you left the car out, you're going to have to warm it up because it got frosty last night.
Yes, it did, Paul. All right. Back to you next time. Thanks, Paul.
Well, coming up next, the newest Masters champ shattered a number of records along the way.
We'll have more on Tiger Woods' victory, and the future of Indiana University basketball earns the #1 jersey at the high school level. We'll take a look at Luke Recker. Sports is next.
The outer limits? Whoa, you can't see anything. Me and Mom got signed big time.
Let's face it, if our kids call the shots, all we do is go to Paramount's Kings Island.
Dad was definitely gonna hurl. Totally discombobulated.
So we say, okay.
It was fun.
And then it hits me.
Whoa.
We're not just doing this all for the kids. We're doing it all with the kids. The whole family. The whole day.
We gotta take Mom and Dad again.
Save $7 on general admission with coupons from Bob Evans Restaurant. Paramount's Kings Island now open weekends.
Now is the time. This is the place. Make it a Chevy.
Spring shipments are arriving daily, and this is one sales event you don't want to miss. Now you can get $1,000 cash back on Chevy Camaro. It's pure rock and roll on wheels. And every new Camaro is ready to roll with $1,000 cash back, including convertibles and Z28s. It's never been easier to
make it a Chevy.
Make it now to your local Chevy dealer.
Tire Barn Warehouse celebrates the grand opening of our new West Washington Street location with these Tire Barn rock bottom deals. New 75 Series Economy all-season steel radials in many popular 14 and 15-inch sizes. 4 for $109. That's right, the Tire Barn deal is 4 for $109. Hoosier White Letter Performance Radial GTs, most popular 14-inch sizes. 4 for $199. That's right, 4 for $199. Tire Barn Warehouse, name brand quality, wholesale price.
We've got 2 kids, and I want to give them the best.
Sure, I think about staying healthy.
But money doesn't grow on trees, so I shop Marsh.
That's why I try different fruits and vegetables from Marsh.
Marsh is priced right, so I'm not paying extra for quality.
Marsh makes it easy with the freshest produce and the greatest prices.
Good savings makes Mom's pocketbook smile.
Hey, I'll be smiling for a long time.
Marsh, everything you want and priced to make you smile.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Our time now 6:22. We have 32 degrees in Indianapolis. The world is taxing its supply of superlatives this morning. There just aren't enough of them to describe what Tiger Woods did at Augusta National. It was a Masters masterpiece for Woods, who becomes the first black and first Asian American to win a major. The victory also has prompted Ryder Cup captain Tom Kite to say he'll make sure Woods is on the upcoming U.S. squad. That birdie at 11 helped Tiger shoot an unthinkable 18 under over 4 rounds. Tiger needed this par at the 18th to secure the record. He celebrated with his family, hugging the man who taught him the game, his father, Earl Woods. The 21-year-old Tiger Woods was given the green jacket by becoming the youngest Masters champion, 2 years younger than Seve Ballesteros during his 1980 Masters run. Woods didn't just dominate the first major of the year, he obliterated the field. He saved par and closed with a final round 69 for a commanding 12-stroke victory over second place Tom Kite. Our Pacers' playoff hopes are fading and fading fast. They're 3 games behind Washington and 2 games behind Cleveland for the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference with just 4 games left. It doesn't get any easier. The Pacers take on the New York Knicks at Market Square Arena tonight. And Luke Recker has been named Indiana's Mr. Basketball. The DeKalb High School senior will head to IU next season. Recker practiced yesterday with other Hoosier hotshots at the Top 40 workout, led by Ben Davis coach Steve Whitty. This year's workout boasted 6 area stars. And that's sports this morning.
It's time now for our birthday club, and this morning a very special Clinton County woman tops our list of Sunrise birthdays for this April 14th. It's a happy 100th birthday to Clara Robertson of Frankfort. Clara will receive a Kroger gift certificate for a cake, balloon, and flowers. Congratulations to Clara this morning.
All right. Also, happy 88th birthday goes out to Esther Sorg of Indianapolis from your family and friends.
Happy 67th birthday. Let me see.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shining Star. That would be 1977.
It's for Tiger, by the way.
Oh, is that right?
Dedicated to Tiger,
oh,
yes.
That's great. That's great. Happy birthday to Rachel Lane of Speedway from Ellison Girls.
Happy
60th birthday to Bill Scott from Joyce Fletcher.
Happy 50-something birthday goes out to Bill Morrison of Kokomo from your wife.
Happy 43rd birthday to Diana Mahoney from Marilyn and Carolyn.
Happy 41st birthday to Andrew Bradburn from Diana, Jessica, Adam, and Elaine.
Eyewitness News meteorologist Bill Mack wants to wish his wife Connie a happy birthday today. Connie, Bill says you're purty at 30.
And you know what Connie's going to give Bill for his birthday?
What's that?
A baby in about a month and a half. So happy birthday, Connie. Happy 24th birthday to Bill Shouts of Beech Grove from your wife, son, and family. And by the way, happy 24th birthday to Julie Ruminer from Todd.
Happy birthday to Johnny Floyd from your niece.
Happy birthday to Gary Walters from your family and friends.
Happy birthday to Norma Kreider of Bloomington from Martha, TD, and friends.
Happy birthday to Amy Toney of Thorntown from your family and friends.
Happy birthday goes out to Madeline Kashama from Regine and family.
Happy birthday to Scott Manis from our parents, from your parents.
All of our parents say happy birthday.
Everybody's
Happy
parents.
18th birthday to Kevin Jeter or Jeter from your mom and brother.
Happy 14th birthday goes out to Brandon Culver of Brookston from your parents.
Happy 14th birthday to Nick Mumbauer of Elwood from your friends at church.
Happy birthday to David Powell from the folks at Fall Creek Valley.
Happy 12th birthday to Zach Root of Kokomo. That's from your parents and Heather.
Happy 9th birthday to Shane Bolton from your grandparents and Stacy.
Happy 8th birthday to Kristina Kessinger from your parents.
And finally on our list, happy 2nd birthday to Skyler Boruff from Papa Steve and Papa Randy.
Also want to wish happy brother to my little birthday. Or a happy birthday to my little brother who turns 37 today.
Okay. What's
My little brother.
Which little brother?
Donald.
Donald.
Happy birthday, Donald.
He used to hate when I called him Donald. I called him Donald Duck. He likes to be called Don. So happy birthday, Don. He's a good brother.
Zach Root, you are the winner today. Congratulations and happy birthday.
All right, and coming up in our next half hour here on Sunrise, we'll show you what one burglary victim is doing to keep prowlers out of his home.
And if your child gets sick very often, food allergies may be the problem. Details when Sunrise continues.
You want to know how to get control of your money? Talk to a kid. This kid knows to the penny what she's got in the bank. When she makes a deposit, she checks her balance. When she takes them out, she checks it again. She might even check it at night. And you know why? Because she has a bank that will let her do it.
At Huntington Banks, you control your money by computer, fax, phone, ATM. You can even talk to a banker 24 hours a day.
Take control of your money.
Hey!
See?
Some radio stations are all about talk, but there's one station that's all about music. 93.1 WNAP. Classic hits. The Eagles.
One of these nights.
Foreigner. So if you like music on the radio, compare their playlist, our playlist. 93.1 WNAP. Just the good stuff.
When you need garage doors, entry doors, electric openers, or service, call Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
Call us this morning for service today.
Today!
Today.
How we wish you were here. How we wish you were here. Don't you know you've been gone way too long? Oh, how we wish you were here.
Gatlinburg. The heart of a great vacation, right in the heart of the Smokies.
Oh, we wish you were here.
Call 1-800-659-6596.
The folks at KFC, inspired by the mighty buffalo wing, have taken it one step further and gotten rid of the wing. Behold the mighty buffalo crispy strip, new from KFC. Boneless, all-white meat chicken, marinated in those classic buffalo spices. Proof that you don't need wings to have a meal that'll fly.
Everybody needs a little KFC.
Now try 3 new Buffalo Crispy Strips with ranch dressing, 2 sides, and a biscuit, just $2.99.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by your Central Indiana KFC restaurants. You're watching Channel 13, WTHR, Indianapolis. Now, with coverage you can count on. Bruce Kopp, Pat Carlini, Chuck Lofton, Skytrack Weather, and Chopper 13 Traffic with Paul Kasey. This is Central Indiana's #1 morning newscast. Channel 13 Eyewitness News Sunrise.
Good morning and welcome back to Eyewitness News Sunrise. I'm Pat Carlini.
And I'm Bruce Kopp. Thanks a lot for joining us. Time now 6:30, and in our news this half hour. Fire destroys a Shelbyville business, leaving employees there without a place to work. We'll have the latest.
Also coming up, Tiger Woods steps into golfing history at the Masters. We'll show you his amazing win.
And a California man has a message for burglars who repeatedly break into his home. We'll have more on this story coming up.
But first, let's go to Chuck Lofton with a look at today's weather. Chuck?
Pretty cool out there this morning, Pat, but we are starting to warm up a little bit. Up in Wabash, it's only 23 degrees right now. We're a little bit warmer than that at 32 at the airport and 34 downtown. It's already sun-drenched outside this morning. Let's take a look outside, and the sun is shining as you look live over what's proving to be now a pretty busy traffic pattern at 6:30 in the morning out at the North Split. 70 coming in, 65 going out, and this is a live shot from Chopper 13 over Market Square Arena, where the sun is again shining, and we're going to have a beautiful day. We're going to go upstairs in just a moment to Paul, but you can see that beautiful eastern sky this morning. In fact, the satellite map shows you that too, as the cloud cover has skedaddled off to the east and high pressure is moving in. So my forecast by 8 o'clock, still cool at 36, but we'll warm up into the 50s today, and it should be a beautiful day in central Indiana. We're going to have the latest on all of that, some reports from our sky trackers too, and some more things coming up in just a few minutes. Bruce and Pat.
All right, thank you, Chuck.
Let's get a look at traffic now. Paul Kasey's up in Chopper 13, seeing if there are any troubles on the roadways. Paul, what's happening?
Well, we were checking out the report that the gates were down at Michigan at the Conrail tracks just a little bit east of Pine Street. However, they seem to be functioning just fine, so that's good news there. We're at the North Split right now, and things starting to pick up just a bit. Some folks had their headlights on, but I don't think that's quite necessary anymore. What you need to get out now is the sunglasses. No major problems anywhere, so that's good news. We'll have more for you next time around.
All right, we'll be back to you shortly. Paul, thanks a lot.
To our top story now. Employees of the Pioneer Sports Factory in Shelbyville don't have a workplace to report to this morning. The 2-year-old building, which houses the sportswear company, caught on fire Saturday night. Many of the 35 to 40 employees went there yesterday to see what's left.
The building, about halfway back, they've got 2 separate work areas. The front half here is pretty much gutted out. The back half is smoke and water damage, but it wasn't hit by the fire very much.
Owner Joe Mansfield says he plans to rebuild. Damage is estimated at around $1 million. The cause is undetermined.
Residents in parts of Minnesota are breathing a sigh of relief after the Mississippi River crested there over the weekend. Residents braced for the worst, but their hard work in battling the floodwaters has paid off. Even though the river was 8 feet above flood stage, at 22 feet, it didn't cause any major problems. Now that the water has crested, the flooding is over, but not the work. Residents now have to wait until the waters return to normal to begin cleanup and estimate the damage. A nightmare for passengers aboard a hot air balloon over Southern California this weekend. The 5 passengers were enjoying a Sunday ride when their balloon crashed into some power lines. Several of them were taken to a nearby hospital via helicopter, but none of the injuries are considered life-threatening. Many of the victims suffered broken arms or legs since they jumped from the balloon before it hit the power lines.
Well, there's a good chance Indiana could see an earthquake that causes significant damage. That's the opinion of Michael Hamburger, a seismologist at Indiana University in Bloomington. He says a magnitude 6 earthquake is 80 to 90% likely in the next few years. Earthquakes of that magnitude occur about every 100 years. The last one to hit the state was 101 years ago. Well, assuming the weather allows it, Air Force searchers will walk the Colorado mountains again today. They are looking for Captain Craig Button and his A-10 attack jet missing since April 2nd. Yesterday's search ruled out 4 possible crash sites in the Colorado Rockies, but failed to turn up the plane. That leaves 5 other sites still to be checked.
Well, with astonishing ease, golfing prodigy Tiger Woods set a new standard for the sport by becoming the youngest person to win the Masters tournament and the first African-American and Asian-American to claim a major title. His victory comes almost 50 years to the day when Jackie Robinson became Major League Baseball's first African-American player. As was the case with Robinson, Tiger Woods' triumph was dramatic and overwhelming. The story now from NBC's Stan Bernard.
The walk to the 18th green was triumphant. The tournament was already in his pocket.
with his putt, he won the Masters, perhaps the most coveted prize in golf. At the tender age of 21, and still the child of his father Earl, who taught him to play, and his mother Tita, Eldrick Tiger Woods fought the tears. He was now the proud possessor of just about every Masters record. Call him the Mozart of golf. The staggering talent and his love of the game showed very early. By all accounts, his parents did not force him to play and practice. His genius with the golf club, plus his graceful personality, has won the admiration of millions.
It's really inspirational. It's a pleasure to see him play.
He's been inspiring a lot of kids to play golf.
All across the country, children and adults with access to the expensive game are playing. The new Masters champ paid tribute to African-American golfers who led the way.
Charlie Sifford, Lee Elder, Teddy Rhodes, those guys are the ones who paved the way in order for me to be here. And I thank them.
Charlie Sifford says Tiger is probably the best golfer he's ever seen.
He does everything well. He's a good player. He's a God gift to the game, that's all.
His father told him the final round could be the most rewarding of his life. Tiger may fill a closet with green Masters jackets. Stan Bernard, NBC News.
Well, a Southern California man who is sick and tired of being a burglary victim is doing something about it. He's put up a sign. The sign is 5 words long. It reads, "Quit robbing me, all gone." Bill Farrell of Santa Ana put up the sign after his house had been burglarized 3 times in 4 months. Farrell says maybe the sign will do some good if burglars can read. He says that he just wants the burglars to know that there's nothing left to steal. Farrell even got a Rottweiler to scare away the burglars, but the Rottweiler was stolen as well. Time now is 6:36. Let's go to Paul Kasey, who's checking on traffic this morning. Paul?
So far, so good. The fire department on the way to check out the report of smoke in a residence on the 2200 block of Bell Fountain on the near northeast side. So watch for fire equipment moving through there. We're on the west side, I-465 and I-74. You're going to see some work later on, actually this evening, 7 o'clock tonight until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. It'll be northbound I-465 here at the bridge. Left and center lanes will be restricted. The right lane will remain open. They are doing bridge work, 7 p.m. until 6 a.m. Earlier this morning, we had an accident on the 6900 block of East 38th Street. This is a result of that. Apparently, a man cutting across the parking lot there just a little bit west of I-465, 38th Street, may have suffered a seizure, ended up flipping the vehicle there. Luckily, he was not injured, and I see very little damage to the Burger King there. But that happened earlier this morning. That should be pretty much cleared up by right now. We'll go check out smoke in that residence, let you know what's going on there. That's it for right now.
All right, thank you, Paul. See you in a little bit.
All right, good to hear that person wasn't hurt badly there. It's looking like a pretty good morning out there. Sun is coming up. You will need the sunglasses.
That's right. Even though it's frosty cold now, it should warm up a little bit. Chuck will have a look at the weather when we come back just a little bit.
It's bad enough to see bad grades, but when your child loses their confidence...
Low self-esteem and bad grades kind of go together.
He just wasn't the same Christopher.
We help them build their skills, which makes them feel better.
He got all the help that he needed at Sylvan.
That they can achieve something that they didn't think was possible, that makes all the difference.
Christopher's the happy child that we knew him always to be. He's a success again.
Enroll now for summer. Call 1-800-EDUCATE today for centers in Anderson, Columbus, Greenwood, Indianapolis, Lafayette, Muncie, or Richmond.
Think fishing, go camping,
George,
go
what are you
duck
singing to our new
hunting.
grandson, Kyle? Are you trying to get this little guy to want to hunt and fish with you?
I was just rocking him. You know, it's so special to be able to hold a little baby and have him in a nice warm room with a B window. I want you to have a new B window for your child's room. Buy 3 windows and get 1 for your child's room free.
It's a granddaddy of a sale.
'Cause I'm a granddad.
It was after regular customer service hours. I was working on a commercial truck. Well, this lady comes in, says she's heading home late from work and her windshield wipers quit. It was one of those really dark, rainy nights, too. So anyway, she seemed so surprised that I'd fix it for her right then. But you know, that's what I do. Hope she got her kids tucked in okay.
Blossom is your Central Indiana Chevy dealer, and our good people prove it every day.
Online Help Wanted presents a McDonald's success story.
By me starting out at a very young age, 16,
in working for McDonald's. I still had some impressionable years. The particular McDonald's that I worked at, we were very close, and not only did we work very hard, but we enjoyed working. While I was there, again, it reinforced so many things that I believed in. It did encourage me to be the best that I could be.
Chuck Lofton's SkyTrack forecast bears the seal of approval of the National Weather Association.
Yeah.
Hope you've had a nice weekend, even though it was pretty chilly.
Yeah,
Needed a lot of sweaters. Huh?
Yeah, a little snowy and rainy, and then the sun came out. It was a strange weekend.
Yeah, and we're off to a good... And speaking of that, Chuck, we're off to a good start.
We're hoping to straighten things out here.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, we're going to try. You know, the warmest day of the week is going to be tomorrow. That's going to be it. It had been my hope, and in some of the computer projections from last week seemed to indicate that Tuesday or Wednesday we could get up to 70. And we're going to get close, in a sense. We'll get up to 63 tomorrow. Bloomington could get up to 68, 69. Okay. We probably won't hit 70, but tomorrow's going to be the warmest day for anyone interested, and I'm sure everyone is, especially since it's been so cold. I had a good time speaking yesterday. I spoke at 3 schools last week. And on Friday, I spoke to the Lawrence Christian School, and they gave me this wonderful T-shirt. This is a nice one, nice hefty material. And also, they gave me a basket of fruit, knowing my eating habits. They presented me with a basket of fruit, and it was delicious.
Trying to get you healthy.
Yeah, they're trying. Maybe I'm headed in that direction. But throughout tomorrow, I think, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show some color the weather pictures.
Where's that basket
They didn't give her
of
like
fruit?
an extra large T-shirt, though, did they?
That would have been really
well,
some fruit and a really big T-shirt.
They're trying to be realistic, I guess. But maybe the fruit will help in that area. But I do want to thank all you kids at Lawrence Christian School. Great group of kids, and we had a fun time last Friday. Well, let's get to the weather. We've got a lot to talk about. Not the least of all the items is the fact it's pretty outside. Let's take a look outside. The guys are up in Chopper 13 over Speedway, Indiana, and in particular, that's the Motor Speedway, of course, and those are some of the fleet vehicles,
Yeah,
huh?
replica pace cars, perhaps?
It could be, and of course, those are the trucks, you know, the replica trucks.
Oh,
There's
that's
always
true,
an
that's right.
official truck for the Speedway, for the running of the Indianapolis 500, which, by the way, is next month. Can you believe that? And in honor of Tiger Woods' victory at the Masters, the guys are over Brickyard Crossing as well, too, which is a wonderful place to play golf. The sun is shining over Speedway and everywhere else right now. Currently, it's cool, however, 32 degrees officially in Indianapolis with the wind out of the east at 3. And this has been an unusually cool month. So we start out today, just like the past few days, striving for some heat. And we may get some later on today when we're in the mid-50s. Could get to the low to mid-60s tomorrow. So a lot to look forward to. 34 downtown, 32 at the airport. I want to thank our Sky Trackers for calling in. James has 28 in Crawfordsville, Phil 28 in Frankfort. Same temperature according to Anita in Bloomington. She had to break out the scraper this morning. Greensburg's at 33, WLBC in Muncie's at 28, and the cool spot, Rosales Acres calling in with 23 this morning up in Wabash County. You can see how high pressure has kept it clear, and so when it's clear in April in the mornings, you lose the heat. It goes straight up into the atmosphere, and that's what happened yesterday. So, too, disappearing is the snow from the radar. In fact, most of the U.S. today is going to be dry. But our story, again, this dome of high pressure that's going to give us the wraparound effect. By tonight, we get a southwesterly breeze out of Texas. And so that's the reason, that southwesterly breeze, that we're going to warm up into the 60s day after tomorrow, or tomorrow, I should say. But then this cold front starts knocking on the door on Wednesday, and that's going to give us some rain on Wednesday morning. So my forecast goes like this for the rest of the day. Let's call it 54 with some sunshine. Tonight, then, we'll drop down to 32 degrees, and tomorrow looks to be a good one, 63. By the way, in my extended forecast, day after tomorrow, we will see some rain, 53. And then Thursday and Friday, look for highs right around 49 or 50 on both days with sunshine.
All right.
That sounds much better. Well, when Sunrise continues, you'll find out which Indiana university searches the Internet most often.
Plus, Mayor Stephen Goldsmith joins us next when Sunrise continues.
Marathon Oil Company maintains over 50 billion gallons of reserves. And that doesn't include the milk. Marathon, an American company serving America. What keeps one of the largest oil-producing companies in the country running so well in America? The independent business entrepreneurs who run marathon stations. Marathon, an American company serving America.
Choose the way you save with the Chrysler Choice. Choose from finance rates as low as 3.9%, low lease rates, or as much as $1,500 cash back. Choose from Chrysler's cab-forward sedan, or the sporty Sebring Coupe and convertible. Or choose Chrysler Town & Country with option package values, plus the fourth door at no charge. But choose the way you save now, because the Chrysler Choice won't last. What's new in your world?
Hi, I'm Johnny Bench. This time of year, it seems like anything's possible. At S&K Spring Sale, you'll know it's true. 2 handsomely tailored wool blend suits are less than $200, half what you'd expect to pay. For a limited time, these beautiful blazers in 4 great colors are less than $90. And Hathaway dress shirts are 2 for $35. So hurry into S&K Spring Sale and save.
Shop the S&K Menswear Superstores in Indianapolis at Greenwood Center, Castleton Village, and Pike Plaza.
When you are ill, doubt is a cancer. Fear is a virus. Uncertainty, loneliness, despair. All are as toxic as any disease. They should not be ignored.
Community Hospitals, Indianapolis. Patient-focused medicine.
This week on Today, your baby's brain and how it grows. You can make your child smarter. Do you know how? A special series for babies and the people who love them, only on Today.
Welcome back to Sunrise. It's a chilly Monday morning, but it will be warming up later, and there's sun out right now. We have 32 degrees. Our time is 6:47.
Well, National Magazine says Indiana University students in Bloomington are plugged in. Yahoo Internet Life magazine ranks IU at the top of its list for the nation's state-funded universities providing access to the Internet. The campus ranks 8th among all colleges and universities. The survey was based on 4 criteria: student services, hardware and wiring, academic and recreational use of the Internet. The results of the survey appear in the May issue.
The dream of home ownership will soon come true for some low-income Indianapolis families. 3 new developments in Center Township offer homes to families, and the city is hoping they will bring new life back to the inner city. Joining us this morning to talk more about the project is Mayor Steve Goldsmith. And Mayor, welcome back.
Thank you.
What about the new project? How involved is it, and then how many families do you expect will benefit?
Well, in the really 70s and 80s, tens of thousands of people moved out of Center Township. You know, the IPS school district, the old city, lost 90,000 people. So we've had a concerted effort not just to rebuild the downtown, but to build the neighborhoods around it. So we have these 3 neighborhood groups. We have 3 neighborhood-centered kind of subdivisions, and they're being marketed well, and I think they'll probably work.
About how many families do you expect are actually going to be able to move in?
Well, the 3 that were announced last week are probably 100, but we've done 2,500 rehabilitated or new homes in Center Township in the last 3 years, and it's an important way to improve the city.
Okay, so one of the things for the city that we've, of course, talked a lot about lately has been the NCAA and trying to bring the headquarters here. Where do we stand with that now?
Well, we were narrowed last week to the final 2, if you will, and Kansas City, where the NCAA is currently located, is one of the other sites. So I would think it'll be very competitive. The state's leading the effort, city's supporting the state. I'm really not sure where it'll end up in the next 3 or 4 weeks. We should have a better idea.
During the Final Four, we heard a lot of reaction from the fans who revisited Indianapolis and saw all the downtown development. There was another addition just last week as well.
Well, if we go back and look 5 years ago, Indianapolis had the highest office vacancy, downtown vacancy rates in the Midwest. Last week, the announcement of USA Funds cutting the ribbon and opening the facility has a $5 million impact, almost 1,000 employees, takes up all the rest of the Ayers department store, reverses a trend. So the most significant downtown relocation since AUL some 15 years ago.
What other kind of benefits then would come from the relocation of the corporate headquarters and that new influx of downtown workers?
Well, see, actually, all your questions kind of go together. What we want is we want retail, we want entertainment, we want people to have a good time, we want people to live downtown, we want people to work downtown, because they cross each other, they support each other. There are things to do. People spend money. It brings livelihood and vibrancy. So the effect of people working down there is pay property taxes, they purchase stuff from the mall, they eat in the restaurants, they present a sense of vitality, and so all of these things are coming together.
All right.
Well, it makes it look busier, and it makes the lines longer, and it looks like a thriving downtown.
It is a thriving
right.
downtown.
All right. Well, Mayor, good to have you here again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next in Sunrise Health News, find out which foods may help fight cancer.
And if your child gets sick a lot after eating, there probably could be food allergies. We'll explain why when Sunrise comes right back.
After you find out that the Oldsmobile Bravada features the exclusive Smart Track system, which can sense changing road conditions and send power to those wheels with traction, and after you discover that the Bravada comes with a rich leather seating area and luxurious appointments, you may think you can't afford it. Well, think again, because now, for a limited time, you can lease the Bravada for only $339 a month. Bravada by Oldsmobile. Good thinking.
My office. This is my office. This is where I do everything. It's Audrey. Will you just tell him that Audrey called? Audrey? Yes.
Don't change, like, please don't change.
David Rosen available. I'm sorry, he just left to go to a meeting. I'm like 15 minutes away. When will he be back? Right.
I wish you could just, like, talk into the phone and it would dial.
For one-to-one loan solutions, call us. Bank 1-to-1.
Fazoli celebrates two sensational new samplers. Juicy meatballs and hearty meat sauces on a platter that's a feast for meat lovers. Primavera vegetables, rich tomato sauce, and ricotta stuffed ravioli on a fresh new veggie sampler. It's a sampler celebration you won't want to miss. Kids' meals are just $1.99 every day.
Big problem weeds in your soybeans? Get Stellar from Valent.
If you need a guest speaker for your group or your organization, we'd like to help. Call the Channel 13 Speakers Bureau at 655-5621. HealthCast reports on Eyewitness News are brought to you in part by MARSH Supermarkets.
You get close enough to the helicopter, you've got wind chill on top of the cold.
Right. You want to kind of duck when you see that shot, don't you?
Right at the freezing mark this morning, but it will be warming up. Our time is coming up on 6:53.
In Sunrise Health News this morning, experts are narrowing down their list of fruits and vegetables that may help fight cancer. Studies being presented at a cancer conference in San Diego this week suggest tomatoes, oranges, and several other kinds of foods. Researchers also say pasta can lower the risk of colon cancer, and people with a high intake of tofu and other foods made from soybeans also seem less likely to get some kinds of cancer.
Does your child seem to get a runny nose or a stomach ache when he or she eats peanuts or drinks milk? If so, your child may be like millions of other American kids who suffer from food allergies. Linda Champa explains how food allergies are common but often go untreated.
Whoa, Sam.
Sammy Bernstein is an adorable, healthy 3-year-old.
I can do this.
But things haven't always been so good. Food allergies wreaked havoc on Sam's tiny body for the first couple years of his life. He couldn't keep food down, and his weight plummeted.
He started out in the 95th percentile. He went down to 50th, and then he finally went down to the 25th percentile in weight. So that's why we really started to get concerned. That, on top of the fact that he wasn't acting right. He looked pale. He looked tired all the time in the afternoon.
It turns out Sam's allergic to a lot of things: beef, lamb, pork, rice, peanuts, walnuts, milk, oranges, and soy. And just a bite of a walnut could be deadly for Sam.
It was very frustrating because we just didn't know when he was going to outgrow it or what was going to happen. We were at our wits' end.
You got your tongue? Very good. I can see the china.
Common symptoms of food allergies include hives, itchy skin, coughing, watery eyes, vomiting, stomach pain, or runny nose. To treat food allergies, doctors try to pinpoint which foods are causing the problem by doing what's called a scratch test.
Here's the last one.
Particles containing the foods are placed on the skin, and doctors watch for an allergic reaction. Now, in kids, food allergies are usually caused by milk, eggs, soy, wheat, nuts, or fish.
You'd think that why don't we just remove one food at a time in your normal diet and see what happens, but in general what we found is that most of these patients react to more than one food or food group, so that by just removing one food, the symptoms don't really disappear.
That's why it took a couple of years to get Sam Bernstein's food allergies under control. But after several visits to a food allergist and a gastroenterologist, Sam is finally doing much better. If your child gets sick a lot after eating, talk to your pediatrician. There's also some good information on the internet. You can access the Food Allergy Network at www.foodallergy.org. It's a parent-run organization designed to help families understand food allergies. Linda Champa, CNN.
Well, Chuck Lofton will be back in just a moment with another check of the forecast.
It's looking better, believe it or not. Plus another update from Shopper 13 when Sunrise returns.
Royal Spa's $1 million inventory reduction is now in progress. Over 250 spas of every size, shape, and color must be sold at huge discounts. Complete spas from only $19.95. Four-person spas from only $25.95. Every spa is discounted at both our Indianapolis locations, but we guarantee we will beat the competition by at least 5%. No one can offer top-quality spas for less. Royal Spas in Castleton on 82nd Street or Highway 37 in Epler on the south side, or call 1-800-541-1248.
It's time to get connected, and Eyewitness News can do it with just the touch of a button.
Our all-new interactive system allows you to give us the news tip and for us to give you the latest in weather and sports.
It's quick and easy to connect, and it's a free call for Ameritech cellular customers.
Just dial 464-1313 and press 1 to tell us about breaking news. Press 2 to hear the SkyTrack 13 weather forecast, or press 3 for all the latest sports scores. Make the information connection to get what you want when you want it.
Connect 13 is serviced by Eyewitness News and Ameritech Cellular.
This is the Culligan Good Water Promise. With every Culligan softener, we promise you'll never think about hard water again. We promise your whites will look their Sunday best. We promise good hair days. We promise we'll be just a phone call away. We promise we won't break our promises. The Culligan Good Water Promise, only from...
Hey, Culligan man!
The world source for better water.
Rent a Culligan water system for only $6.90 per month.
If you have a phone in your home, you can use it anytime it's fun. We were calling from Ameritech. Just pay when you use it. Click, dial, click. Just click, dial, click. Rearrange your carpool or just plan a soiree. Click, dial, click. One call, free fridge. You're on your way. Ameritech.
Your link to better communication.
Happy Monday. We're off to an encouraging start, though.
We are.
With that sunshine out there.
Even though it's cold, the sun is peeking through.
Yeah, and we're going to warm up pretty rapidly. In fact, with the sunshine today, this afternoon, should look pretty pleasant around here. It's still going to be cooler than normal, but I don't think we'll mind because it's going to be a real nice day. Here's my forecast for today. 54 for a high with sunshine. Tonight, another cold one in central Indiana, 32. And then tomorrow, the warmest day of the week. We'll have cloudy skies after some morning sunshine, the high 63. We are looking for some rain to move in here probably by Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. Check in with Paul Kasey before we go, see how traffic's moving. Paul?
Yeah, the sun's definitely up this morning. There's no doubt about that. We're moving out towards Shelbyville on I-74. No major problems to report. We do have one accident that should be just about cleared up at Fall Creek and Keystone. Or that is Fall Creek and College. We'll work on our pin cans, and we'll get back to you during the Today Show.
All right, thank you, Paul. See you in a little bit.
Sounds
But
like
at least it's nice to see the sun on his face,
Yeah,
doesn't
absolutely.
it? Yeah,
Sounds like he's frying up some bacon.
It does.
We got that new little appliance in Shopper 13. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us. We'll have more news throughout the morning during the Today Show. We'll bring you up to date on any developments from Chopper 13 and traffic as well.
That's right. Today's show is next. Do have a nice day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.